Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. As a lot of you know, last year I made the petticoat that goes under the ball gown from The King and I, and I'll link the description to that video at the end of this film and also in the description box if any of you haven't seen it. My intention at the time was to make the dress straight away, and I did start it, but then I lost interest in the project and wasn't having the inspiration and drive for it, so I put it to one side and worked on other things. Over the year I did get messages from you asking me when was I going to do the dress because you were interested in seeing it. So I have pulled it out, finished it, and I hope you enjoy seeing me make the dress, and I'll see you all at the end with the finished product. For the dress, I will be using this pinky beige satin. I start by cutting 4 panels of the fabric for the skirt. I machine these together using a 1-inch seam allowance. And then hand sew a 10-inch hem to the bottom of the skirt. Now that the skirt's all hemmed, I'm going to level it from the top as you've seen me do several times before. Here you can see me marking the waist by feeling the petticoat waistband underneath. I then cut off the excess fabric around the waist, and there's a lot of it. I then pleat the waist of the skirt on the mannequin, over the crinoline petticoat. I've made a half toile of the bodice to see how all the seam placing works out. I just want to take it in a little bit here, and then I'll probably transfer the difference that I'm taking out from this panel to take it off this panel so that the third panel in stays the same size. After marking the alterations on the paper pattern, I lay it out on the backing fabric ready for cutting out. I transfer the pattern to the backing fabric by tracing it off with my tracing wheel and carbon paper, which you've seen me do a few other times. I then lay the backing panels onto the top fabric and cut them out. I am then able to start sewing the bodice together. Here you can see me sewing in the boning channels onto the seam allowances inside the bodice. Next, it's on to cutting out the sleeves. The sleeves are made up of 4 layers of fabric. First, there is the sequin tulle layer, then the satin layer, next a layer of stiff net to hold the shape, and finally the lining layer. It was at this point that I decided that I didn't like the sleeves that I had originally started with, so I changed the pattern and recut all the layers again. I gather up the top and bottoms of the sleeves and then sew them into the bodice. Here I am sewing on the bias strips that make up the bertha that goes around the neckline. And finally attaching the bow. Hey guys, so after filming the reveal and the exit of the video, I decided to go in and just tweak the bow slightly and make it a little less wide. So I'm just inserting this clip here for you to see it in between the reveal and the end. Let me know which styles of bow you prefer. And here she is, finally finished after almost a year. Do I love her? No. Do I like her? Yes. As you know, I do love most of the dresses I make, but for this one, I really found it hard to come to terms with actually producing it. I don't know whether it's because it's such an iconic costume that I love from a film that I absolutely love, and also the falling out of love and losing my inspiration halfway through the project. Now that I've seen her finished on the stand, I do like her. And she has turned out a lot better than what I was expecting when I was making her. If you've enjoyed watching this project, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me on Instagram at James Kelly London. And also I have a Patreon account, which I will link down in the description below if you would like to support me with my future projects. And I'll see you all again very soon.